Hi there, Vera. So, nice to see that you've written an essay for your IELTS preparation. Let's get straight into this and see what you had to say. The topic is international marketing. Is it intrusive and invasive, or is it an economical form of education? Let's see how you answer this question. Okay, these days, globalization is a very influential trend. Being one of its principal parts, international marketing provokes numerous debates. Whereas its opponents view it mainly as a destructive factor for the countries where it intervenes, some people object that it brings about several educational and cultural benefits. I would state that global marketing is a very controversial issue which has both advantages and disadvantages. Okay, however, you also have to do this. I mean, you have to lean one way or another, even if it's, more or less 50-50, just for the sake of the essay. Try to argue one side at least a little more, okay? Because they do ask for your opinion. You're supposed to discuss both sides and say where you stand on this issue. So just keep that in mind. On the one hand, we usually say, so on the one hand, many consider it to be extremely disruptive for the cultural identity of the countries in which it is implemented. Now, what I want you to do here is, because you're starting a new paragraph, don't overdo it with these pronouns. So you say it. Yeah, but what it, okay? Because it's a new paragraph, so you really should restate it again, whatever it is. Is it international marketing? Then state it. Okay? The world has become a so-called global village at the moment. Well, that doesn't work. You can't say it has become and then use the time marker at the moment. So the world has become a so-called global village, or the world is a so-called global village at the moment. It's because at the moment requires a particular tense. All right. Since people in all parts of the earth wear the same clothes, watch the same movies, and listen to the same music, sometimes it is hard to distinguish between different nationalities, which region they belong to. I don't really understand that. I'm sorry. It's just not really 100% clear to me what that means. Different nationalities, which region they belong to. I'm just not sure. This leads to extinction of unique traditions which used to be the peculiarities of some places. Okay, I want to reread it for a minute. Okay, do you know what the problem is here? You're talking here about globalization, and you're not addressing the specific issue of marketing and of international marketing. You're just talking about the world being a global village and globalization, how we all look the same and we all have the same kind of cultural influences. That's not what the topic is asking you to discuss. So maybe you want to look into what international marketing and global marketing are so that you can really address the issue appropriately. Let's move on to the next paragraph. On the other hand, international marketing can be observed as a very beneficial factor for global development of education and cultural life. First of all, while helping people to get acquainted with the latest trends in culture and technologies, marketing makes them better understand each other and cooperate more easily here. Not only does it sell commodities. When you start a sentence with not only, it takes a structure called inversion, where you invert the verb and anyway, you make it look like a question, okay? So it should say, not only does it sell commodities, but it also implements the most progressive business ideas which encourage the local economy to develop. Moreover, the global culture which is brought about by the leading companies worldwide shows people what they could do in order to make their lives better. For instance, nowadays, women in Arabic countries have won the rights which they had never dreamed about in the past. They now drive cars and work in management positions. Finally, due to international marketing, many more people have a chance to learn English using innumerable online resources. Okay. You know what? I don't really see the link here between this Arabic countries and women and how you're linking this to the previous sentence. It's a little, it's like you've skipped a step. You know what I mean? Like you have point A and then you have point C, but you've skipped point B, and so it's difficult to follow your argument like that. All right, your conclusion. In conclusion, although global marketing obviously brings some negative influences to the receiving countries, its advantages are also relevant. Okay, well, here's the good news, Vera. The order of your paragraphs was correct. It was appropriate. There are some areas where the development needed a little work. Another thing I'm going to tell you is look at the length of your paragraph. So this is your first body paragraph, and this is your second body paragraph. Try to kind of keep them fairly equal. You know, you don't want to have like one enormous paragraph and the other one kind of like 3 sentences. So try to balance them out a little better. You did have some nice elements. I mean, the structure was good, but like I said, the development for me lacked in certain places. And in some places you weren't really talking about global marketing, but instead you were talking about globalization. So that was for me the biggest weakness. Okay, so that's the end of our video correction. I hope you found it helpful. You know, we're here if you have any other questions. I would really like to see more of your work. I think that if we work together, we can certainly help you attain your IELTS goals. So as I'm sure you probably know, there are a lot of options available. There are video corrections. There's the online course. So I think you would benefit for sure from the online course because you get lots and lots of advice and directions on how to develop your answers. Okay, but whatever you choose, I wish you the best of luck, and definitely keep on writing.